Hey, Jana. Runner 5, good morning. Good morning, Tanya. I won't be able to keep up with these names once we get started, but I can say hi to the first joiners. Thanks for the hearts. So pretty. Oh, blue and pink. Hi, Juliana. Good morning. Hey there, Mom. Hey, Kelly. Whoops. A cat just, yeah. We've got some rain starting, which, as you guys know, when the storms come, I lose internet. Good morning, good morning. So I thought I would do this a little earlier than usual, because I know my Rocky Mountain people aren't up usually. Okay, I'm going to try and turn the camera around. And I don't know why my poor little phone has so much trouble with it. Come on now. I don't want to have to do this backwards. Well, I guess y'all might get to just enjoy that view instead of the view of my lovely face. It seems like if I don't turn it around... Oh, there we go. Let's see, maybe the other view was better. This is the rest of our porch. Hearts, hearts. Thanks for the hearts. I haven't been up very long, clearly. But when the rain starts, I have to just jump on it or I'm going to lose. I almost always lose signal. Cooking eggs. Ooh, come cook me some eggs. We're ready for you to retire and get down here. Okay, so Monday we talk about an oil. And we talk about a mood shifting tool. So today's oil is peppermint, because I talked last night about how I want to do, I have a Galaxy Note 4, which I think the cover, I've got the screen protector on it, and sometimes tapping seems difficult, so I wonder if the screen protector has anything to do with its responsiveness to tapping it. I don't know. I'm wearing my Minnesota shirt today. I have a soft spot for Minnesota. I'm not sure why. Okay, so peppermint oil I talked about last night. I want to do a giveaway. If you're interested in the giveaway, send me either pop your name up here and I'm going to make a list and enter it in one of those list generators. Yeah, I'm thinking that the screen protector might be too thick, because I do have a lot of trouble getting that camera to turn around and then getting the broadcast to stop. To get the broadcast to stop, actually I'm having to just back out of the application. It doesn't work very well. But it works for when I'm giving hearts to people, so I don't really know. But we got it accomplished today. So, yeah, if you're interested in a peppermint sample, here's what I'm going to send out. Peppermint's what we're talking about today. This is the little 5 milliliter bottle, which I think you can only order the larger one. This is the one that comes in a premium starter kit, the little bitty one, and but lasts forever because it's like knock your socks off strong. And the 15 milliliter that you can order is, really strong, really lasts forever. So this little bottle has about 35 or so drops in it, which if you used a drop a day, and I don't know why you would do that, it would last you over a month. So that's a little freebie for you. It's got a little drippy cap thing on it. Thank you for those hearts. My goodness. Who got the coffee hearts? This is Young Living. I should have said that, right? Young Living oils are the ones that I use and I'm a distributor for. Those are the ones that work best for me. There's a lot of research out there, and you kind of have to figure that out for yourself, which brand works for you. With that little bottle, you're welcome, Runner 5. I'm going to send these. A little sample of lemon, so good in the water, or just on your skin, but it can be a little stingy, so if you wanted to wear it on your skin, you might want to mix it with some coffee hearts. Let's call them coffee hearts and not poop hearts, right? A little thing of lavender, so good for everything under the sun, right? I put this on burns or little cuts or bug bites, whatever. No poop hearts. Peace and calming. It has a little bit of patchouli in it. It's not like dirty hippie smell, I don't think. Some people do, but it's there though. So, if you hate patchouli, just pass this on to somebody else. And another little thing of peppermint. I carry this peppermint thing in my wallet. Because if I eat bad food, or if I get a headache and get nauseous or get too hot, and we live in Georgia, so, the chances of getting too hot and getting a little nauseous, or, you run that risk daily when you step outside your door. So this is thin, but there's several drops in here. So there's enough in here that I can put a drop in a bottle of water and slug it down, or put a little on my wrist or something if I get nauseated. And I feel like, and there is a 5th sample packet that must have dropped on my way out here of Thieves. The Thieves blend is really good. It smells super spicy and cool. Hey, Avie. And we're just talking about the essential oil giveaways. Yeah, maybe you are still a hippie. So the giveaway, if you're interested, DM me on Twitter, send me your name, or put your name here in a comment box, and I'm going to make a list. Peppermint, 5 sample packets. There's actually 5. One's probably still in on the table. Yeah, not dirty hippie, a showered hippie. Some people like patchouli. I got you, Juliana. And some people really don't. And it kind of depends on the day for me if I like it or not. A lot of times I don't. It does smell like socks. I used to work in a juvenile detention facility. I was the inpatient treatment director there. And the boys' side, with their dirty socks, yeah, that's not good. So peppermint is a hot oil. Hot meaning if you put it on your skin for a headache or whatever. Oh, thank you. This is from Estes Park in Colorado. We just moved to Georgia from Colorado a few months ago. I feel like I may have stolen this from someone, like my mom maybe, because I don't remember buying it. Anyway, lots of elk in Colorado. I miss them. Yeah, mugs are very cool. I have to watch myself. Peppermint oil's hot. I like to use it for headaches, like right here on my temple, but if you put it on directly, it burns. And so you can mix it with a vegetable oil. You can mix it with a little coconut oil, something to tone it down a bit. So if you're putting it on your face or your wrist, it doesn't burn. Because it's so strong, it's completely unadulterated. So it's very, very intense. You don't really want to put it on your skin directly. You can put it on the bottoms of your feet, but don't put it under your nose or on your temples. My God, it just burns like hell. So put it with a carrier oil. That's a hot one. Peppermint and coconut oil smells great. And like I said, I don't take a lot of the oils internally. I just don't feel quite right about it. A lot of people do, and they're totally fine with it, and they do well. I put the lemon and the citrus oils in my water, and peppermint is one that I will put in my water because it's pretty refreshing. Just one drop in about 24 ounces of water. It doesn't take much. Peppermint can be used for everything. I know my sister never leaves the house without a bottle of peppermint. I think she has quite a few bottles of various things, but definitely never goes anywhere without the peppermint. And when I travel, I always take the peppermint because, nothing's worse than having a sick stomach. And for me, that's what I use it for most often. Thank you for those beautiful, beautiful hearts. I hate that I heard twice last night on different scopes that people were judging whether to list, peppermint lemon, judging whether to listen to someone or not based on how many hearts they had. And hearts shouldn't be like a worthiness judgment. Like if you have 20,000 hearts, you're better than someone with 1,000 hearts. That makes no sense. Don't worry about those hearts. They are, I gotta say though, they are really pretty. Right, cray. Don't judge who to listen to based on their heart count. Maybe they're just not on very often. Hi, Sarah Jane. Settles a lovely greasy meal. So when you go out and eat shiny food, because shiny food is so delicious. But then you usually pay for it. But this can help. This can shorten your payment plan. Hi, Wheelchair Man 35. So peppermint oil is hot one. Digestive, nervous, respiratory. You can mix it with coconut again, put it on your chest if your chest is tight. But what I mostly talk about on these scopes is shifting your moods with oils. And peppermint is very uplifting. So the thing about these oils is you can put them on, you can take some of them internally, and that's very, figure that one out for yourself, do your research. But a lot of them you can just sniff. This will open your sinuses up. And peppermint's got so many uses I can't even talk about them all. It's like lavender and the citrus oils. You can use it for so many things. So this, you just smell that. You're tired, it's going to wake you up. And I've used it when on driving. We drove back and forth from Colorado to Georgia multiple times, and I get sleepy on the road, and you can hit off that. So these bottles last even longer if you're just using the true aroma part of it, just sucking that up. So again, there's a peppermint giveaway for the people who are just popping in. Put your name in the comments if you want a little bottle of peppermint and some other sample packets, or DM me on Twitter in the next 24 hours. I won't do a drawing till tomorrow. So don't use this oil on little kids. Unless it's just, I won't even talk about little kids. Just know that that's a really hot oil. It's super strong. So research it first before you're using it on kids. The book that I'm always using, this one, says don't use peppermint on kids under 6. And definitely not internally. You might be able to dilute it and put it on the bottoms of their feet. Hey, Diane. But definitely not internally, and definitely do your research before using such a hot, strong oil on a child. So historically, peppermint's been used for, ever. There's references to peppermint way back. So digestive difficulties, breath freshening, to relieve colic, gas, headaches, heartburn, indigestion. Definitely digestion stuff. Tea. It's really nice in tea. Just refreshing. So it's stimulating without being it's stimulating and calming at the same time, which is kind of weird. So if you're really just tired and fatigued and having a hard time, peppermint tea is so great. So if you're struggling on a Monday, a shot of peppermint can bring you that alertness and kind of snap you out of that I can't quite get going feeling. Yeah, peppermint and ginger is so great. And I haven't tried the Young Living ginger oil. I should try it. Stimulating without the caffeine. So it perks you up, gives you that boost, but you don't have that crash a few hours later that you get from this. There's nothing wrong with coffee. Coffee has its place. Don't hate on the coffee. But, you know what I mean. You guys are smart people, so you can figure it out. Ginger. Yeah, I haven't tried that one yet. Ginger's, the ginger itself, like the ginger root and pills and stuff, has never been my favorite. But I could definitely try the oil because I hate being nauseous. So the book says it's purifying and stimulating to the mind. And that Dr. Dembar, Dembar, of the University of Cincinnati, discovered in a research study that inhaling peppermint oil increased mental accuracy of students by 28%. So you can Google that. I don't know who paid for the research study or how well it was designed. And yes, you can bake with this oil. I know people that do. Chocolate brownies, I think, is a popular one to put it in. Yeah, peppermint. And I know that somebody, it might be Catherine, puts it in their hot chocolate. So I guess it would be like a peppermint schnapps without the alcohol. So you can get stimulation without caffeine. You can get a tasty hot chocolate without putting peppermint schnapps in your yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure it's my sister that does that. What are some other things you could put it in? Chocolate brownies. You might be able to put it in a vanilla cake mix. I don't know. I'm just totally winging it. I haven't baked with it. other than to make hot tea or cookies. Yeah, you could do cookies. You could make peppermint chocolate chip cookies. That might be good if you like peppermint and chocolate together. So if you're carrying, yeah, it is. It has a little sweetness to it, even though it's so strong. If you're carrying around peppermint anyway, next time you're in a crappy mood, just try it. I mean, you've got nothing to lose. Just grab it, smell it, see if it makes you feel better. See if you feel more alert afterward. Experiment on it. You've got, you can experiment with a lot of these oils. Some people are perked up more by the citrus oils. I can't imagine not being perked up by the peppermint just because it's so like kapow, like it's super strong. It is, Sarah Jane, it is Young Living oil. And if you're interested in the giveaway, let me know in the comment box or send me a DM on Twitter sometime within the next 24 hours. Because mostly what I focus on is mood shifting. You are very welcome. It says chronic fatigue, poor concentration. It is cooling for when you're hot. So if we're talking about emotional stuff and spiritual stuff, it's cleansing. I ran across a reference on one of the other websites. I think it was experience-essentialoils.com. She mentioned that it's cleansing and purifying to the spirit. And I can believe that's true. Like, it feels cleansing. Like, it feels like it's so minty, it feels like it's just washing you clean. Hi there, Bobber. We're doing and this is what I'm giving away for people just popping in. A little, 35 or so drops in here, about 5 milliliters, minty fresh, and 5 of these different oil sample packets. If you're interested in that, pop it in the comment box or DM me on Twitter in the next 24 hours. I'll do a drawing in the morning. Okay, so peppermint. Anything else you guys can think of for peppermint that you've used it for? I made a pain cream last night. I actually dropped a bottle of Deep Relief Roll-On and the roller ball popped out. I was utterly horrified. Stress reliever. So I took the bottle and dumped it in a baby food jar with about 3/4 of coconut oil, and I added, oh no, right? And I really had to really scrub the floor because I was worried that the cats were going to step in it and get that and then lick their feet. Maybe. I've never tried it for dizziness. Has anybody on here ever tried peppermint for dizziness? It might be. Smart. Yeah, I was like, oh my God, no. So I threw it in the baby food jar, and then I added about 10 extra drops of peppermint, and then I added about 25 drops of Copaiba, and mixed that all up in the coconut oil. And because my husband's back has been sore, he's got a different job now, and he's working nights, which is hard. And anyway, so we made a pain cream for him, put it on him this morning when he got home, so I'll let y'all know later if it worked. You can tell this is my paint shirt. I just noticed that. I forgot about it. My sister Catherine, when I went to help her paint. This is a shirt I wore, but I love this shirt. It's so soft. You know when t-shirts get like so old and soft that you just can't bear to ever part with them. Okay, so that's peppermint oil. So the other thing on Mondays that I talk about is mood shifting, because Mondays are hard for people. So we talk about shifting your mood, dealing with your emotions with a Young Living essential oil. And again, nothing against the other brands. That's just the one that works for me. So if you're a doTERRA user or a Mountain Rose or whatever, that's awesome. I hate the competitiveness that sometimes comes with oils. Thank you for those hearty hearts. Oh, here's the thieves oil. This is where I put it. I bookmarked the book we're going to talk about. For the Young Living essential oils, I'm a distributor. So to be a distributor, you buy a premium starter kit, which is an investment you make, and you're getting tons of oils, a diffuser, books, sample bottles. You actually, now it comes with like, I think 10 of these little sample bottles. And then after that, you can buy your own oils at 24% off of retail. So that's how I get mine. I I think the doTERRA system is similar. I don't recommend, for myself, and I don't recommend like oils off the shelf at health food stores, certainly not Walmart. I wouldn't ever buy an oil from Amazon because it's been proven too many times that people can get these Young Living bottles popped, they buy the capper. Whole Foods, I just don't. Like, that's totally a personal decision. I just feel like for Young Living, I can go to any of their farms anywhere in the world, anytime I want, and see the plants and know exactly where they're coming from and exactly how they're being raised. So for me, that part was important. It's not important for everybody, but for me personally, it was. So if you go to Whole Foods and you like the feel, like just hold it and feel it. If it feels positive for you, go with it. I mean, I don't have an investment in which oil people use. I think essential oils are a really big part of my health, my emotional health, my spiritual health. My life has changed with them. So definitely explore. Just explore them. Like, get a bottle of several different brands and go with your intuition. Like, sit and think about it, feel about it, try it on. Yeah, see, that's what I would do if I hadn't made a decision yet. I would buy several different brands and just compare them, because you'll know if you're intuitive. And I mean, everybody is. If you sit and really think about it, you're welcome, Sarah Jane. If you think about it, you'll feel which oil is right for you. Young Living is the one that's right for us. Okay, so the Thieves oil comes with that. And can't say enough about this one either. I mean, the 5 that I'll be sending out are like the go-to, carry with you all the time. And I do carry them with me all the time. The little sample packets are heavier than 25 bottles in my purse. Okay, so the other mood-shifting thing for Monday is getting comfortable with reality. Reality, if you fight against reality, you're going to lose every single time. Because you can't change what's already happening right in front of you, right? The only thing you can change is your choice of how to respond to it. And there's lots of tools for that, and we talk about those on Mondays. I think last time we talked about using a God box and writing your problems down and throwing them in the box so you can forget about them. Today I wanted to show you this book. It's called Comfortable with Uncertainty. Yeah, so Blue Bobcat experimented with several different oils and liked Young Living the best. So, yeah, definitely do your own research. Like, there's a lot of competition out there, especially between Young Living and doTERRA. I just don't go there. I don't get into that. It's a waste of time for everybody, because it's like there's Ford people and there's Chevy people, and there's iPhone. There's Apple people and Android people. I'm an Android person. I don't like Apple products, and never have. There's no way you could get me to buy an Apple product. So, it's just you are or you aren't. You find what works for you and you go with that. No judgment, no problem. No need to compete. Also, there's like 100 zillion gas stations in the world, and you can go. Like, even distributors get competitive among themselves. Like, who's going to sell? Yeah, it's totally a personal decision. So there's lots of Fords in the world, lots of Chevys in the world. So you decide which one works for you. Harley people versus, BMW. You just know what you know. So, Comfortable with Uncertainty. Pema Chodron, amazing teacher. She's a Buddhist nun. Incredible woman. There's not a book of hers that you pick up that you don't get something out of. She is like, we've talked about, several people I've heard the term practical woo-woo lately. It's like practical spirituality, practical things that work, that are grounded in reality that you can use. This book, that's what she is. She has great stuff. So, and she's very relatable. Like, she's been out in the world. She knows what she's talking about. She's extremely compassionate and also freely acknowledges her own human vulnerabilities. So comfortable with Uncertainty is a book, 108 teachings on cultivating fearlessness and compassion. So she talks a lot about that horrible feeling when the rug comes out from under you. You come home and your husband says he's having an affair, or you go to work and you find a pink slip on your desk, you get fired, whatever. All of a sudden the rug is snatched out from under you. Thank you for those peachy hearts. And that feeling of everything crashing down around you. Well, honey, that's your life. Like, life is always out of our control. What happens is those events knock us out of our sense of security or our sense of illusion that we have some control. So we don't have control. We have control over this and nothing else. So she talks a lot about that. Like, get comfortable with that feeling of being lost in space, with that feeling of being not understanding. Beginner's mind, it's called in Zen Buddhism. Get comfortable with knowing that you don't know. You don't know. Just get comfortable with that. Just admit it. You don't know. You're never going to know. Get comfortable with it. So this is 108 very brief little teachings. So you can, I like this book because you can grab it and pick it up and just read 1 or 2 chapters. Recognize that even though you don't have control, you're okay. It doesn't matter what's happening. You're okay. You'll be all right. So the one I flipped it over to today is Heaven and Hell. It's really short. So this is a good mood-shifting book to have on your desk. Stick it in the car. Catch yourself like grumping around at people or being snappy or sad or whatever, and you want to try and shift that. Read a spiritual text. Read a positive book. Carry some books with you on your Kindle or hard copy or whatever, and grab it and read it when you feel awful. You catch yourself feeling awful? Yeah, I think a lot of people do. I've heard a lot of struggle stories lately. So find the book that makes you remember that you're okay. Find and read it. Just grab it, flip it open, do, bibliotherapy. Just feel your feeling, flip it open. 9 times out of 10, you're going to find exactly what you need to hear. So I was thinking about doing this scope earlier, and so I flipped open for all of us to chapter 31, which is Heaven and Hell. So I'm going to read this to you real quick. It's not very long. And I know I've been yapping for a long time, and we all have short attention spans. So I'm going to read this, we'll talk about it, and then we'll wrap up. Again, if you're interested in that Young Living Oil giveaway, pop your name in the comment box or send me a DM on Twitter sometime in the next 24 hours. Squirrel! Right. Right, we're going to read this and get all serious. And a hawk, we have 2 hawks out here in our forest, and one's going to fly by, and I'm just going to lose you. You're going to lose me because I'll be distracted by the hawk. Okay, here's the story. A big burly samurai comes to a Zen master and says, "Tell me the nature of heaven and hell." The Zen master looks him in the face and says, "Why should I tell a scruffy, disgusting, miserable slob like you? A worm like you? Do you think I should tell you anything?" Instantly consumed by rage, the samurai draws his sword and raises it to cut off the master's head. And the Zen master says, "That's hell." Instantly, the samurai understands that he has just created his own hell. Black and hot, filled with hatred, self-protection, anger, and resentment. He sees that he was so deep in hell that he was ready to kill someone. Tears fill his eyes, and he puts his palms together to bow in gratitude for this insight. And the Zen master says, "That's heaven." The view of the warrior bodhisattva is not, hell is bad, heaven is good. Or, get rid of hell and seek only heaven. Instead, we encourage ourselves to develop an open heart and an open mind to heaven, to hell, to everything. You don't fight with reality anymore. You're open to everything. Only with this kind of equanimity can we realize that no matter what comes along, we're always standing in the middle of our sacred space. And we create that sacred space, and we create that connection to God. It's only in our own hands. Only with equanimity can we see that everything that comes into our circle has come to teach us what we need to know. And that's the end of the chapter. But what I'll add to that is everything that's happening is just information until we attach a story to it. So something happens and we think because of this event, then it means X, Y, or Z. And we have control over what that story is. So that's what you need to be careful about. An event happens, the samurai got insulted, he attached a story to it, which just shot his rage right through the roof. If you speak to someone who's been in prison and call them a punk-ass bitch, the reaction is entirely different than if you just tell some random stranger you're a punk-ass bitch who hasn't been in prison. So the words we learn in our environments have emotional attachments to them, and that's hell. Letting a word or a concept or an event in reality totally trash your insides, that's hell. Recognizing that stuff happens, it just happens, and the story we tell about it doesn't have to be such a big deal, then our insides are protected from the ebbs and flows of energies around us in realities. We're the solid, sacred center of this, ocean of stuff around us, which we can't control. So spend some time today thinking about how solid is your sacred space. And it takes practice. It totally takes practice to catch yourself in your own internal storytelling. Books like this can help. Comfortable with uncertainty, especially for if you struggle with that feeling of panic when things are out of control. The feeling of panic is your mind believing a lie. So if you start to panic, you've told yourself a story that's not true. Mariposa Evolution, hello. Hope you'll watch the replay. There's a giveaway. You can DM me on Twitter if you watch the replay. For the next 24 hours, I'm going to give away Young Living Essential Oil. But if you can recognize that you have control over the story you tell yourself about events happening outside of you, you'll be a long way toward staying in that sacred, centered place longer. And when you fall out of it, you recognize it faster and you can come back to center. So that's our mood shifting tool for the day. Grab a text, grab your Bible, grab a book, grab something that motivates you when you feel bad, and read it. Make a conscious choice to take a look at what you're telling yourself about the world around you, and shift your mood. That's your Monday mood shift tool. Sacred text, inspiring books. And one more time, gosh, you guys are sticking it out. One more time for the giveaway. 5 little packets of sample oils. There's like 6 or 7 drops. Be careful when you open these. Like, squish them down a little bit before you tear this thing off, because that oil can go right out the top and then you're like, now I can't even use it. I'm wearing it all. So there's going to be a lavender, a peppermint, thieves blend, super awesome, lemon, and peace and calming. You love it or hate it. This is a love it or hate it oil. And then 35 or so drops of pure Young Living peppermint oil. Even the little bottle smells good. So, okay. Any questions about any of the stuff we've rambled on about this morning? Thank you. Somebody shared earlier out to their followers. I appreciate that. I think it was Evie. Thank you for that. I like to get the story of these oils out there, and I like to get mood-shifting tools out there. Yeah, I thought it was you. Thank you for that. We need all the tools we can get for shifting our mood when we get into a funky place. So take that for this week, and I appreciate you stopping by and coming over to my house for a little bit this morning. And I managed to get all this done before the storms come and we lose internet signal. So appreciate you coming by. Have a lovely, lovely day. Oop. Oh, you're kidding me. Mark Shaw, you're coming in at the end. Thank you for stopping by, Mr. Mark. Boom! So we did a boom. We've had a good talk here today. So I appreciate you stopping in. As we're wrapping up, what horrible timing. We're just doing a giveaway and talking about taking control over our moods. And Mark Shaw, if you're not following him, you should. Get in on Tag Tribes. Hashtag Tag Tribes. You get a lot of support. There's a Facebook group. Just give a plug out for that. Perry Girls also. So I do Tag Tribes and Perry Girls because the support is incredible. Yes. Boom. And Mark Shaw is very entertaining to watch. Very entertaining. So he's a mood shifter. If you're in a crappy mood, catch one of his broadcasts and it will perk you right up. So I really appreciate you coming in. All right. Thanks for all the support, guys. Thanks for all the support. Yeah, so true. Like, Mark Shaw's energy is just, like, he is like a human ball of peppermint. Like, he'll just, like, kapow, like, totally blow you away. Yeah. And the Tag Tribes group and the Perry Girls groups are wonderful. Periscoping is hard. And it's hard to get going. It's hard to stay going. It's hard to get through all the learning curve, which I'm still in. But those two groups will help you understand that it's not just you. Everybody is going through the same learning curve. So keep going. All right. Now I'm going to go. And thank you. Have a great week.